talk about that and a great season with SAFC goalkeeper Jordan Farr. Welcome back to the show, Jordan. We're glad you're here.
Thank you. Oh man, it's been too long. I missed you guys.
I know, man. We missed you as well, man. How's things going? How's life with the SAFC?
It's been fantastic. Weather's cooling off by like 5 degrees, so it's now 100 instead of 105. So training's a little bit better, but no, it's been really good. The guys have stayed together, and just are putting together really good results.
You know, you talk about putting together good results, and you know, soccer is such a game of ebbs and flows and momentum and the lack thereof. And you guys have had it for a couple of years now, as you've really put together a program that is successful in a lot of ways. What's the key to maintaining that, especially in the rather transient thing like you are with the MSL?
Yeah, I mean, in this league, it's difficult. The USL Championship, the players come and go. It's 1 to 2 year contract deals with options. You have a lot of kind of turnover, and that's not necessarily because of teams or organizations. It's more just the nature of the league currently, which I hope changes in the next couple of years. But with SAFC, things stay the same through Coach Allen in the sense of principles and kind of how we operate as a team, regardless of who's here. It's culture and principle based, less like formation and tactical based, if that makes sense. So it kind of makes that anybody coming in can understand it. If the coach does a good job at, restarting that every single year and staying consistent, which he has completely done with his staff.
You know what? It's funny you bring that up, Jordan, because how do you get the guys that are just getting here to understand how close y'all were last year and that y'all are on a mission? And while we're all trying to get to a bigger place, like we're all trying to get to a bigger league, right? But we're on a mission here in San Antonio. We were in the championship game. How do you get the new guys to understand that and get on the same page?
Yeah, I mean, luckily our leaders from last year, we have a leadership group, and then the captain as well. The two captains were here last year, and so that's a big part of it too, keeping a core group of guys. And so when new guys come in, it's quickly being like, hey, showing them that our culture is sound through action and also through like understanding, through like just verbalizing, hey, listen, this is how we do things here. Collectively, if we can reach this goal, we're all going to be successful. We're all going to get opportunities to either go higher, get a better contract, make our life better for our families. So it's kind of quickly done through, communication of the principles and the culture of our goals for the season. And then also just showing them through how we act and how we perform. I think those are the two main things. But overall, the guys that we've signed, guys that are new, even like myself, we understand that this is a winning culture already, and the worst thing we could do is try to get away from that. And so it's kind of like falling in line in a healthy way.
Absolutely. Jordan Farr, keep with the SAFC, joining us. Hey, you got your 10th clean sheet, man. Do you do something special for yourself? Do you hang up what do you do to celebrate the clean ones?
I normally just really give the wife a big old smooch after the game, and because we both benefit greatly for when the team succeeds like that. It makes everything kind of easier as we go along. It keeps so I mean it's easy. It's different in different ways. The smooch comes first, and then I'd say just going and maybe rewatching the game and being like, okay, how well did we actually do? There's not a whole lot of celebrating going on right now, just because it doesn't feel like we've won anything yet, even though we got the Copa Trejas, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we have huge aspirations this year as individuals and as a group. But they're certainly nice as they come, these clean sheets, for sure. So I'll never stop celebrating them in small ways.
We haven't talked to you since you guys sent, Cardone into retirement. Take us back through that night and talk about, do you feel any pressure to have that sort of, career? Like, take us back through the Cardone night and what your emotions were like watching that.
Yeah, great question. It was honestly wonderful, because it's something that everybody wants in their career, a place that kind of respects you and values you to the point of having a night literally like dedicated to you. The fans did an incredible job to show just how much he impacted this community of soccer, and how loyal he's been as a pro. You just don't find that. It's so difficult too, as a club, to partner with a player for that long. Things really go right. As everyone knows with the Spurs family too, that's kind of, there's something that the Spurs organization does, to help people kind of experience those careers. And so for me individually, it was really cool seeing him get the recognition he deserves, because I've seen it all too many times in this league specifically, where players get overlooked for what they for a team maybe. And so for me, it was wonderful to see. And then as far as pressure goes, it's different, like last year coming in for playoffs, Matt having a wonderful year, and then he gets hurt the very last game before, hosting the first game of playoffs. And so that pressure was really specific too. And we came in and again, it's more about how the staff makes you feel and the players around you make you feel, and how they give you confidence. And then it's just putting one foot in front of the other, I'd say. But no one's going to fill Matt's shoes. I don't expect to fill his shoes. I expect to fit in some different ones,
Absolutely.
So that's kind of how we plan on doing it. But man, I'll never forget the impact he's had on me. Matt is one of my close friends here. And so, I miss him already. It's fun training with the guy. His darn beard got so sweaty when he'd shake it, it'd get all over you. So that's the only thing I won't miss. But no, he's a great man, and greatly missed for sure.
Well, certainly been followed by you. You've had a hell of a season, and hopefully the accolades are coming your direction with the notoriety you're getting as the FC leading the league in 12 cleans this year. What's the future hold for you as notoriety is coming your way?
That's a hard thing for a goalie. I mean, obviously, as you do well, people take notice. But for us, it's not thinking too far ahead. Would we love to stay in San Antonio? Without a doubt. This place seems like home already.
Good.
But to go to a high league is everyone's kind of goals, whether that be MLS, whether that be in Europe, whether that be, just maybe even, in South America. It could be any number of those things, but it's a little early for that. And then at the same time, as a player, it's the better you tend to do better, the less you think about moving on or doing something bigger. I found that a lot of success comes from just putting your head down and working and kind of not looking around too much. And I find it's hard not to do that as you're counting shutouts and you're trying to keep track of saves. It's like, stats, because it's professional sports. It's so important what we do, but at the same time, just keeping your head down, falling in love with the team, and really trying to just help out in any way you can without looking out for yourself too much. If that makes sense, it's hard to really divulge any further.
Oh yeah,
I would love to say it for a long time.
Do y'all even talk about because I know, we talk about it as the media and as fans, but in the locker room, do you guys even talk about the fact that this coming up Saturday against Rio Grande Valley is a potential playoff clinching game for you guys? Is that something that doesn't come up? You just going taking it, regular day at the job, or is that like, hey guys, we got a chance to clinch. Let's go out here and get it done.
It's funny because I just read that on Twitter.
You did?
Before we talked. I wouldn't even known that.
So then y'all don't talk about it. Okay.
There's your answer.
We don't. But it should be. It's something that's important. And I've been on teams where we don't even make the playoffs. Last year with Indy 11, we were scraping by to the last game of the season, and we ended up not making it. And it's funny how God works. But now I'm here. But it's a huge accomplishment. And you don't really realize it when you're on a really successful team where it's like we just clinch playoffs super, super early. But it's like, our goals are so much higher than that. But no, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a secure thing to feel. Again, I've been on teams that haven't made playoffs, and I watched the Spurs this year where it's like, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. And up until the last game, it's like, are we going to make it? And so it's a blessing for sure, but something that we don't even think about. You're right.
When I look at the season, and when you got Rio Grande coming in, and let's be honest, they're not very good.
Wow.
But you guys have had us.
Don't take that bait,
Well,
Jordan.
no, I'm not feeding him anything he doesn't know. They're coming in 7-5 and 11. I mean, it's just.
Jeez.
But what I appreciate about this team, what separates good teams to great teams, is you guys haven't relinquished the lead all year. You take the lead. Once you got the lead, you own it. And you talk about so many times, you talk up the principles of the game, your principles at SAFC. What is the principle, and what is it, the focus that keeps you guys understanding once we got it, they're not coming back on us?
Yeah, that's a commitment to defending from like top to bottom. That's just like the way we press and the way we set up. And it's, so again, I played on teams that don't care as much about this stuff. And so on those teams, it's more about like individual goals, like, hey, I want to go get more goals, or, we're up by 1, like I'm going to save my legs to make a run to maybe get something for myself. On this team, it's like, once we're in the lead, it's a championship game. And so that principle is like, we treat every game like it's, a playoff game, like it's one or done. And so when we get in the lead, it's we're not going to easily relinquish it, because again, in our minds, it's like, if we do that, we could not be playing the next game. And it's kind of a weird one, because when you do that, I think we talked about it last time, it can be mentally taxing, but the coaching staff and the players, we keep it fresh in a way. It's like, it's so important that we do these things, and we're finding so much success that it's like, okay, I guess we're just going to keep on going with this. And so that's been what really worked for us, is that playoff mentality already, where every game matters a ton. And so, and then player by player, there's a lot of responsibilities. Like, hey, it's not just Jordan who gets the shutout. It's not just the back three.
Right.
It's the midfield. It's the forwards. It's the guys on the bench. It's the guys helping us in training. It's the staff. Like, we all earn that shutout together. And that's kind of been, again, that key principle that's really found its way into everyone's hearts this season.
Now, last time you were here, we asked you, what's your favorite restaurant? Now, you celebrated your 5th year anniversary back in July. We always want to find out where you're working your way around San Antonio. What were y'all able to do? Just hang out at home? What'd y'all do for the anniversary? Where'd you get out and about into San Antonio, if you did? I know you're busy.
So this is actually funny, because we love to answer that first. Restaurant, we really found a good restaurant down by the Riverwalk that we take all of our friends who come in.
Okay.
Called Domingo.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Awesome spot. Like good drinks, great food, and it's like really cool views by the Riverwalk. Kind of gets you all in one. So that's something that we really enjoyed. But for our anniversary, we decided that we'd try camping in July in Austin.
All right.
with my pregnant wife.
Oh my
and
God,
my dog.
Jordan. You should have called me,
like,
man. You got to call me before you do stuff like this, Jordan.
It was the worst idea in the world. It was horrible.
Yeah, man.
But it was one of those moments. It was one of those moments for me and my wife were like, we're from the Pacific Northwest, and we love camping. We love doing stuff outdoors. It's like, we're going to go for it. It's our anniversary. We're going to make it work. And the day was awesome. We got to swim at Lake Traverse.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
We got to jump off some. Don't tell Coach. But,
no, we won't.
Like, and then we went to go to bed, and we were like, okay, tent. And then we're like, we can't even, I'm sweating. I'm sweating bullets in this tent. And so we moved to our car, which has this little hatchback, and we just turned on the AC the whole night, and I was tossing and turning, and poor Prego was just sitting there.
Oh.
We're like, what are we doing? But it was one of those memories. I don't know if
you'll remember that forever, Jordan.
And you'll never get her camping again.
Well, she'll go back, just not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
She has the best attitude, guys. Like, it was unreal. She was way more positive than I was. I'm like, how are you doing this? You're pregnant, and I'm like complaining way more than you are. It's wild.
Well, you're lucky to have survived that for a couple of reasons. Jordan Farr, we're glad he survived. He's clean sheets right and left with us 10 straight. They are home for the next couple weeks. Go check them out. RGV's in town, 8 o'clock next Saturday, as well as Indy arrives, and then Oakland very quickly to follow. We're glad you joined us today, Jordan. We're proud of what y'all are doing. Represent well. Go get that playoff berth. Go see them this week, Saturday night. Toyota Field, 8 o'clock. Go see Jordan represent San Antonio yet again. Thanks for stopping by.
Good luck, Jordan.
Thank you so much, guys. Pleasure to be on.
Good dude, man. Good dude. Representing we got winners here in San Antonio. Spurs got something to hang their hat on at SS&E, as SAFC has turned into a powerhouse in the USL. First place in the West, and they're the best team in all of the USL as they charge toward the playoffs here at the end of October.